Hey, my name is Anna. I'm head coach at Leveraged, and today with me I have Paul for Success Interview. So, hey,
Hi.
Paul, please let us
Hello.
know, introduce yourself, who you are, and tell us a little bit more about your trading journey.
All right. My name is Paul Abdullah. I am from Lebanon. I am almost 63 years old. Uh, that's a good message for all traders. If I can do it, you can do it.
I love it. I love it. It's true.
So, um, I started trading like maybe 2 years ago, real trading. I had the interest to trade many years ago.
Okay.
But when I started on retirement, okay, so I don't have a proper 9 to 5 job, and I had the interest to trade. So I stumbled across leveraged. I said to myself, well, let's try it. Why not?
Mhm.
And that's how it happened.
Okay, so 2 years. Can you maybe tell us a little bit more on how is your journey going? Like just a little bit more, let's go into specifics if you don't mind.
Very tough, very
What
tough,
was the
very
struggles,
tough.
like what was the struggles for you? When did you find the consistency? Maybe you
Okay,
can just kind of try and walk us through
yeah,
that.
good question. Okay, so I found leverage few months back.
Mm-hmm.
I started with other prop firms. I'm not going to mention names, but there was always a catch somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
be it hidden rules, be it very difficult rules, and sometimes with one of the biggest companies, the daily drawdown counts against you in terms of suppose you have 3% daily drawdown, you lose 2%. Okay, it remains there as a score against you later on,
Mm-hmm.
even if you go into profit eventually. Well, I'm very happy to say that leveraged doesn't have such hidden rules or any really very hard rules that a trader cannot follow. So, what does this mean? This means, okay, if I ask myself, why did I fail so many accounts with leveraged? It's because of my style of trading. I didn't pay attention enough to uh, risk management. Um, I gambled with lot size.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned my lesson, and now I am on track. And here was the proof that I passed the turbo 100K account and
Mm-hmm.
got paid. That's wonderful.
It is, for sure, it is. I would like to ask you maybe, your overall experience with leverage. Obviously, you did share that you find that there is no hidden rules, which is really good. But as you mentioned, you trade a turbo account, and turbo accounts
Yeah.
is something that I think so many traders have already said this, that it's such a good starting point for trader because you only pay 888, and then once you
Yes.
pass, then you can pay the whole evaluation fee. But with that, trading turbo account, there is consistency. And I wanted
Mm.
to ask, how did you find consistency, trading with consistency, and how was your experience with that?
The consistency rule, the math behind it is simple.
Mm-hmm.
I don't find that a difficult rule to follow. The difficulty will be actually on the 3 days of 0.5% profit per day.
Okay.
That is a difficult one because in order to reach a 0.5% of a 100K account, that's $500 in a day.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that easy to achieve. But then, can it be done? Of course, it can be done. It cannot be done when I take big lot sizes. It cannot be
Mhm.
done when I do not respect risk management. With small lot size, especially that the market is so volatile nowadays, yes, one can do it, of course.
Mhm. Yeah. So why do you think the 0 point like half percent rule, the minimum trading rule, is harder to get because you need to let's say if you're taking like three trades, you need to risk more. Do you feel like that is making you
Yes,
risk more? Okay,
exactly.
because you're right. Okay. I think, but it is like you say, it is definitely achievable, right? You just
It
need
is.
to make sure that you follow your plan. And, but
And
overall,
don't rush it.
I do want to go back on the consistency itself, right? Because
Yeah.
we need to understand that traders are not going for one big win, but they are actually staying consistent within. So,
Mm.
and to be honest, Paul, I've had so many traders telling me that consistency is actually what helped them to get better at trading. Do you feel
Definitely.
like it has done the same for you?
Absolutely. I cannot
Okay.
go on a rampage doing $1,000 per day and the next day lose another $1,000. That's not trading. That's just jumping in water.
Hmm.
Uh, Risk management is everything. It is.
Yeah, I
This
agree.
consistency rule is amazing. I have noticed that uh, many traders can't calculate it themselves.
Mhm.
Actually, it's easy calculation on an Excel sheet. One can do it, and you can follow your consistency every day, and you
Mhm.
match it with the dashboard to see if it's correct. It's absolutely amazing. The consistency rule is fine. That's
Mhm.
not an issue. It should not be an issue for a trader that has a tested strategy,
Mhm.
no emotions involved. You'll be fine.
Oh, that's quite hard, isn't it? No emotions involved in trading. How do you deal with
Believe
your
me.
emotions? Maybe you can tell us
Oh,
more.
that's the thing that will kill every account.
Yeah,
Emotions.
yeah. So,
Do
is there
not
any
jump.
tools? Is there any tools to like try and help yourself to, or maybe, okay, I need to ask again the question, maybe, do you have like triggers? Do you know your triggers that causes your emotions to spike? And maybe what is the emotion that you feel the most when you're trading?
So I'm watching the market now and I
Mm-hmm.
see gold. Let's take an example. I see gold going down. Okay, my
Mm-hmm.
rule says wait until RSI reaches level 10, for example.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But then it's 15. The fear of missing out,
Mm.
FOMO.
Big.
And then, oh, let me take a bit of a bigger size. No,
Mhm,
just do exactly what your account can afford to. Losing 1% per day is big. You only have
mhm,
3%. So you can't even lose 0.25%.
mhm,
It's very difficult to learn. I mean, yes, one can learn it, but the consistency of doing it every day without emotions is very
mhm.
difficult, but it can be done. The
For
only
sure.
way that the only way I think that we can learn to do the right thing is by losing first account, second account, 10th account, 20th account, and you burn yourself, you burn your pocket, and then you say, oh, I should change.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's what
It's like,
happened.
okay, you know what you're speaking about? It's like taking that bad lesson, right? So you're going through it and then
That's
you're like,
reality.
take a
Yeah.
lesson, right? So, because at some point it's going to hurt you so much where you say, this is, I had enough. I need to either change or I need to quit. And I think so many
Yes.
traders don't reach that point, and we just wait until they do. And once they do, once they see that this is enough, I need to change, and then they take an action. And I am sorry to
You
hear that you
always
lost
speak
him.
about this point, actually. You always talk about this point.
I
I
do.
I watch your YouTube with Amin. You always refer to emotions. You always refer to risk management, control yourself, don't do this, don't do that. And we keep on repeating the same
I
mistakes.
know. I know, but but that's why it is personal, and you said, I lost so many accounts, and then this is
Yes.
enough for me. I need to change. So it's
Yeah.
just, where is that pain point? And for all of us, the pain point is different, and once the trader is reaching that
Mm,
point and they are ready to change, then that's it.
yeah,
Or also another thing we can say, we need to learn from our mistakes. If we keep on doing the same mistakes and we're not learning from them, there's not going to be improvement. So yeah, but thank you so
definitely.
much for sharing that. It really is important, and the importance, how much you say, we need to control emotions, we need to trade our plan, and I think the more
Yes.
you say that into yourself, you're going to apply that into your processes, daily processes. Right, Paul. I would
Absolutely.
also
Yes.
like to ask you about your experience receiving a payout, because you are our success trader.
Oh,
You've got funded and you received the payout. And I wanted to ask the overall experience with requesting a payout, receiving a payout, how everything was working for you. Was everything okay?
actually, yes. Everything was, I mean, so smooth that I was a bit skeptical. I mean, can it be?
Too good to be true.
Yeah, it's too good to be true or what? First comes an email to have an interview with the risk team. I said,
Hmm.
"Oh, I'm dead." And actually, during my first interview, I was so nervous. I
Hmm.
didn't know how to connect my share screen in order to have a proper discussion with them.
Hmm.
They were actually very helpful and rescheduled for the next day and told me how to do it properly. We did it. It was so smooth. Next day
Hmm.
comes an email. Your payout is ready. Tell us how do you want to receive your money.
Hmm.
And I go and put my crypto number, everything. The next day, I get the money. That was
Hmm.
very smooth. It was a very smooth experience. Yeah. Thank you.
Really, really good to hear. I think as traders, obviously, we do need to reward ourselves. Paul, can you please share what is it that you did with your commission? Did you treat yourself or did you reinvest? What did you do?
Ah,
Did you treat yourself or you didn't? You have
yeah,
to,
of
right?
course, of course, of course. Actually, um, I'm planning to go for a bigger account. So I'm not gonna reset for the same turbo account.
Hmm.
I plan to try the bigger ones, the heavy artillery.
Okay, so you're reinvesting that money, basically the commission
Yeah,
that you
yeah, yeah,
got in
yeah.
your account. You're basically trying to build your capital, which is really good. It's like a scaling process, right? You use your commission
Yes,
to get a bigger
yes.
capital. Really, really
You have
clever. And
you have 250K, half a million, a million. Imagine,
yeah.
imagine one passing a million. It is a three-step process, but then if you manage that, uh, three times 0.5%, that's $15,000. And
Hmm.
to achieve, and there is no consistency rule.
No.
One can do a $15,000 every month from a
Hmm.
$1 million account with leverage.
Yeah.
That's an amazing opportunity. I'm gonna do it. Simple.
Okay, and I'm excited to see you do it and welcome you as our 1 million funded trader. And
Let's do that.
it is great. And I do want to say that here at Leveraged, we do give opportunity to traders not to like scale, but they can go in and start with 250K, half a million, or a million. It is like you say, three steps, but
Amazing.
it is doable. It is doable when you follow your plan, when you have the process in place, and when you don't get into your triggers that triggers your emotions, the bad
Oh
emotions,
yes. Oh
right?
yes.
And Paul, I just
Exactly.
want to wish you all the best and lots of
Thank you.
success trading with us. Before I let you go and we finish this interview, there's a question that I ask to all traders who participate, and if you could give like advice, or if you tell someone who is starting out in trading,
Hmm.
like what would you tell them? What would be the advice that you would want to give them?
Ask yourself every time you want to try to take a trade, before taking the trade, ask yourself, why? Why am I taking this trade?
Hmm.
This is, remember, this is not your money. This is leveraged capital. Therefore, someone is going to ask you, why did you take this trade? Can you really explain why? Is your explanation uh, clear uh,
Hmm.
enough? Does it really mean something in order to take this trade? If you can say yes and repeat it, consistency, then you have a system. If you are just jumping here and there, you don't have a system, and you will lose and you will fail and you will fail again and again until you learn your lesson.
Hmm.
So this is addressed to new traders. Uh, Other traders probably are doing well or not. Then comes emotions and over
Hmm.
leveraging and over trading and so many things. It's crazy. But then
Yeah,
it is achievable. You can do it. I could do it. You can do it. Anyone
I
can
love.
do it. Patience. Patience. No setup today. Tomorrow. The next day. Wait for
Mm,
your setup. Wait for your setup. I learned
yeah.
my lesson. I hope everyone does.
Oh, wow. I'm sure they will. I'm sure there will be traders who will listen to you, because sometimes I say, if you don't listen to me, listen to someone else. And I think Paul,
Yes,
you
yes,
shared
yes.
very, very wise words, is especially
Thank
the
you.
patience, right? As traders, we definitely need
Patience.
to know that patience is something that we need. But I just wanted to say thank you so much for your time today, and that you shared your
Thank you, Anna.
experience. And I wish you all the best. And like I said, I'm
Thank you.
looking forward to see your interview as a 1 million funded trader with
Wow.
leveraged. So, Paul, take care. I appreciate
Thank
your
you.
time and I wish you all the best. Thank
Have a
you.
good day. Thank you very much.